Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. Elon Musk endorses Donald Trump, as everybody knows, but he's about to go a little deeper into why he made that choice while sitting down with Lex Friedman. If you don't know what I'm talking about, on that faithful day, this happened. Absolutely amazing. So that happened, and seconds after everybody saw that, Elon Musk made sure to say, I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. He also went on to say in another post that he hasn't seen a president this tough since I believe he said Roosevelt. Pretty sure he said Roosevelt. So Elon Musk was fully on the Trump train as soon as this happened. Lex Friedman wants to know, why did you decide to endorse him after that moment? Let's get into it.
Since I am interviewing Donald Trump,
Cool.
you want to stop by?
Yeah, sure. I'll stop in.
There was tragically an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. After this, you tweeted that you endorse him. What's your philosophy behind that endorsement? What do you hope Donald Trump does for the future of this country and for the future of humanity?
Well, I think there's, people tend to take, like, say, an endorsement as, well, I agree with everything that person has ever done their entire life 100% wholeheartedly. And that's not going to be true of anyone. But we have to pick, we've got two choices really for who's president. And it's not just who's president, but the entire administrative structure changes over. And I thought Trump displayed courage under fire, objectively. He's just got shot. He's got blood streaming down his face, and he's like fist pumping, saying "fight." Like that's impressive. Like you can't feign bravery in a situation like that. Like most people would be ducking. There would not be, because it could be a second shooter. You don't know. The president of the United States got to represent the country, and they're representing you. They're representing everyone in America. Well, like you want someone who is strong and courageous to represent the country. That's not to say that he is without flaws. We all have flaws. But on balance, and certainly at the time, it was a choice of, Biden, poor guy, has trouble climbing a flight of stairs. And the other one's fist pumping after getting shot. It's just no comparison. I mean, who do you want dealing with some of the toughest people and, other world leaders who are pretty tough themselves? And I'll tell you, like, what are the things that I think are important? I think we want a secure border. We don't have a secure border. We want safe and clean cities. I think we want to reduce the amount of spending that we're, at least slow down the spending. Because we're currently spending at a rate that is bankrupting the country. The interest payments on U.S. debt this year exceeded the entire Defense Department spending. If this continues, all of the federal government taxes will simply be paying the interest. And you keep going down that road, and you end up, in the tragic situation that Argentina had back in the day. Argentina used to be one of the most prosperous places in the world. And hopefully with Milei taking over, he can restore that. But it was an incredible fall from grace for Argentina to go from being one of the most prosperous places in the world to being very far from that. So I think we should not take American prosperity for granted. So we really want to, I think, we've got to reduce the size of government, we've got to reduce the spending, and we've got to live within our means.
Man, Elon Musk telling it like it is. Courage under fire, 100%. And it's shocking to me how deep into the mainstream media rhetoric that some people are, that they couldn't see any of what Elon Musk just said, the courage under fire. There are some people who still are going with the notion that, oh man, maybe, he might have staged it, you know what I mean? Like he could have staged it, right? Like I don't know. Like he could have put something on his ear, all those guys. It's so crazy. And I appreciate a great conspiracy. Believe you me. Believe you me. Okay. I delve into Hollow Earth quite frequently. Okay. And you'd be hard pressed to explain to me why people wouldn't want to live inside the earth. You'd be hard pressed to explain it to me. Okay. I'm deep in that one. But I can't get with that one about Trump staging it. The fact that people can't see that this happens, it has happened to US presidents. It happens to people, world leaders around the world, and they're not as lucky as Trump. And sometimes they are, and sometimes it stops before it even takes place. There's so many different scenarios where this exact thing happens. Someone tries to take a world leader's life and they still can't see it. They still can't see the bravery or anything. It's actually very sad. We're going to move on and show you a Trump clip in a second, but the fact that Elon Musk is willing to back Trump after seeing that says a lot. And again, it's so sad that the people who can't see it are just deep into that whole thing of he might have staged it, Like, if that happened to Biden and Biden got a surge in the polls, and all of a sudden they're neck and neck and Biden's leading a whole bunch in different places, I would not be like, oh, Biden might have staged that. Like, you have to use your brain, And I always talk about my biases, but I talk about them so I'm aware of them so I can see past them. I want to see Trump as president. But if that happened with Biden, I wouldn't be like, he staged it. It's nonsense. It happens all the time. It has happened in JFK. It happens. It actually happens. So, and Reagan, I think Reagan even got hit. He might have got hit. But there was an attempt on him. So, anyway, let's get into Donald Trump talking about Elon Musk and talking about the endorsement. And although he is taking the endorsement and loving it and being friendly with Elon Musk, he's making it very clear that he might like electric cars, but he is completely against the nonsensical mandates that places like California have, where it has to be 100% electric cars by, I think, 2030 or 2032. Let's get into it.
Moved all electric cars. And Elon, I love Elon Musk. Do we love him? I love him. And I'm constantly talking about electric cars, but I don't mean I'm totally for them, but whatever the market says, and if it's 10% of the market, 12%, 7%, 20%, whatever it is, it's okay. But you can't have 100% electric cars. And so Elon endorsed me recently, the other day, actually. He's great. Elon Musk. He's a brilliant guy. Every time I call him, he's talking about, I got a new idea for a rocket. You have to hear this? No, it's true. The first time I ever saw this, I'm watching television like 3 years ago, and I see a rocket motor engine, come down landing, straight up in, no wings, no nothing, and it's landing. And I thought I was seeing things. What is that? And it's landing on a barge in the middle of the ocean. And then another one comes down, and another one. I guess 4 of them came down, 3 or 4, and they land upright. I said, what the hell was that? I've never seen that before. Now, if that were government, you wouldn't see that for another 50 to 100 years. But it was Elon. Now, think of that. And I called him, and I've always had a good relationship with him, but I called him, and I said, what was that? He said, well, we saved the engines. We saved the engines because it's very expensive to build. So, it didn't take me long to figure that if you save them, that's good. But who the hell thought you could do that? No wings, no nothing. Just like these big, long, massive tubes. And they're landing gently right on the dot. I said, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And you say, how long would it take government to come up with that one? I don't think they ever heard of it. Perhaps they still haven't heard of it. But, he's a very advanced person, and he's doing other things that are great, and so are others. We have to make life good for our smart people, We have some smart people. We have to make life good for our smart people. And he's as smart as you get. But Elon endorsed me the other day, and I didn't even know this. He didn't even tell me about it. But he gives me $45 million a month. a month. Not 45 million. Gives me 45 million a month. And I talked to him just a little while ago to say I was coming here, how you doing? And he didn't even mention it. He didn't mention. I mean, other guys, they give you $2 and you got to take them to lunch. You got to wine them, dine them.
Now, about that, I don't know if Elon actually committed to that. I think he was speculating that he might do that. And then somebody was asking him about it while he was on the way to watch Benjamin Netanyahu speak at Congress. I believe it was Congress or in front of the Senate. And he said, I don't know that I said that. And yeah, so it's very weird. I don't know about that. But why wouldn't you want someone like this to represent the country? You know, like just go through who this guy is. The guy is born in New York, which arguably the epicenter of the United States of America. It's not my favorite state. It's not my favorite state. Texas is my favorite state, of course. But what happens in New York really does affect a lot, not just a lot of America, a lot of the world. Okay? And it's a really hard place to come up, especially back in the day when Trump was coming up in construction and building and real estate. The guy comes up through that concrete jungle. Okay, the guy becomes a socialite. He's known by everyone. He's embraced by the black community. You'll see pictures of him with Al Sharpton and with Jesse Jackson and with all sorts of black celebrities. And they all want to be like him. And they're all making songs about him. And he's on TV. And he's in movies. And he has his own show. It runs for years. He's known worldwide. He's still making money. He's a billionaire. He says, I'm going to be president. He becomes president. It's one of the best terms that we have ever seen in our lifetime. If you're around my age, your lifetime, you've never seen a president like this before at all, bar none. Then he runs again. Then he gets shot. Then he raises his fist. He says to fight, and he's still going. This is crazy. This is crazy. Who are you rooting for? If this is a movie, who are you rooting for? You're watching that guy, and then you see Kamala, and she's like, oh, I'm black today. Oh. She's laughing like a maniac. Hey, y'all, we gonna do it again. And you're like, whoa, why is the Indian lady black now? This is a weird movie. Was the Indian lady always black? She said she was Indian like an hour into the movie. What's going on? I don't understand. Are you kidding me? Who are you rooting for in that movie? I'm rooting for Trump all day. I love that Elon Musk is standing behind that decision to see bravery, peace through strength. This is a perfect example. Him getting shot, still having strength, going back to Butler. I don't know if you guys know about that, but he's going back to the place where someone tried to take his life. And I've already made jokes about that. There's nothing blacker than that. You have beef in a place, you get shot, you go back, you post up, and you say whoever wants to come can come. There's nothing more street than that. Okay? Believe me, I've been in the streets. People who do that, you go, oh, that's a wild boy. He's back on the same corner? Oh my gosh. It's exactly what you would say. Picture it, me and all the other gangsters. Oh my word. Is he back on the block already? Oh Lord. That man has some cojones, does he not? That's how we all talk in the streets. Trust me. Trust me. Don't look into it. Don't do your own research. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. Elon Musk doubling down in his support for Trump, telling you exactly why. And I hope some other people can see it. Because when I hear people saying that it was maybe staged, or he only wants to be president to keep himself out of jail, or he only cares about himself, what has to happen to him for people to let go of that ridiculous narrative? It's such a nonsensical, he only cares about himself. Bro, if I get shot, I'm done. If I'm just about myself, it's over. I'm like, okay, that's it. No, I'm not doing this. I got shot. They shot at me. He let off 8 shots. Somebody died. Another person got shot. I'm done. That's it. I have kids. I have grandkids. Are they in danger now? I don't even know. I'd be done from there. But he's not done. This is way past himself. I wish people would let go of that dumb narrative. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, helps the channel tremendously. And other than that, I'm out.